Ameritool was having a special that they advertised on Facebook where they took $100 off of their Universal Grinder, and I've been looking for one of these that works to grind glass for quite a while now. And the $100 off just kind of put me over the edge on this. So I went ahead and ordered it, and I just want to sort of go through a little bit of what it comes with, what it looks like here. Then I'll have a little bit of video about how I do my first couple of practice sessions with it. See, I really don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm usually the kind of person who goes and takes lessons and stuff when I do new things, but I'm just going to try this. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be a total failure and I'll have to go take some lessons, but hopefully not. Anyway, in the box there is a whole bunch of these foam peanuts, keeping it safe. There is a package on the side here, which has, okay, a diamond sanding disc. Do I have 6 of them in here? And it looks like some diamond paste there. Plastic cup. Okay, remove most of that foam. And I found these in there. So there's 3 of those, 4 of them. Not sure how many of these there are. And then it looks like everything else in here is just the grinder itself. So get that out and get rid of the box. Okay, down the bottom of the box there's another one of these discs, but this one's different. It's got diamond on it already. So there is the grinder machine unwrapped, and it does have the water cup in there and some bubble wrap, and I have to clean up. Maybe there's a little bit of dust and stuff there, but these don't stay clean. So now a friend of mine showed me how to build a little shield around this thing with a cardboard box, so I'm gonna do that. Then I'll be back and I'll show you some of the first things that I try to do with it. Oh, by the way, there is a set of instructions that came in the plastic bag, so I'm gonna read through those. These usually have warnings about safety issues and stuff. Then I have also watched hundreds of hours of videos about this subject, so I feel like I'm ready to go, but always a good idea to make sure that you read the instructions for something, even if you're familiar with that type of machine. It may have something weird about it that you need to know. Okay, I set everything up in my cardboard box here, and I got the water and everything going, and I fixed up all of these discs, read all the instructions, watched a couple of videos, and then I found some rocks that I think might work. First, I think I might try a big rock like this. And if it doesn't feel like it's putting too much strain on the tool, I'll go ahead and do that. This was a geode that I got at one of those cut your own geode things, and it's just kind of crappy, but it might look cool if it's polished. And then I have some small rocks that I got with a rock tumbler. So like this one is petrified wood, I think, and I'm gonna see if I can round that out and polish it as well. And then I've got some different things as well, like this green rock. I'm not sure what that is, but, and then I've got some of this, I think that's like smoky quartz, rose quartz, but might give that a try as well. Then of course I've got a bunch of glass marbles and stuff that I want to try as well. But just gonna start with this diamond disc, which is what they said to use first. And I'm just gonna fire it up and see what happens. So hopefully I'm not doing anything wrong, but if I am, leave your comments and let me know what you think. Maybe I'm not doing something right. So let's get some water going here. And I can already feel like spray of water coming off this way a little bit. But not a lot. So you can see it's rounding off that corner there. Let's work on trying to curve it. Yeah, so that works pretty good. Grounded into a roughly oval shape here. Let's work on that a little bit more. Let's see. So it would definitely be easier to put this on a dop stick, which I might do that. But obviously it's working really well. Didn't take long to do this. I think I've got enough water going. It feels good. Doesn't feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on the tool or anything. And I'm running it about 3/4 speed like they said. So yeah, so it's cutting through that pretty good, and I don't know what that is, if that's petrified wood or what, but seems to mostly be brown. Might be sandstone or something like that. Who knows? Oops. Now, at least the rocks don't come flying off and hit me because I'm going on this side. But if you were going over here, they probably would fly off and hit you. Okay, here are a few things that I've been working on. These are like the first things that I did. And these 3 stones here, I did on dop sticks. So I used a little bit of epoxy and I stuck them to a piece of wooden dowel, and that made these a lot easier to do. But this is the one that I did first, and I like that. It came out okay. I don't know what kind of rock that is. Looks like petrified wood. But it's got some nice depth to it, and it's got some great color. It's all earth tones. But not bad. So that's the first rock that I did. This one, I guess it's smoky quartz. It kind of broke on the edge a little bit, but it came out okay. And then this one I really like. I did this as a triangle. It kind of started out this shape, but it like wasn't straight, and it was a lot bigger than this, and it was rough on the top as well. But yeah, that came out really nice. It's got sharp edges. It did start to break off a little bit. This stone, whatever it is, kind of soft. But I like how that came out. I would like it to maybe be a little bit more shiny, but I don't know what kind of rock this is. That's probably as good as it can be. And then I tried some glass pieces as well. This is the first one I tried, and I just eyeballed this. So it's not like perfectly square. Some of the facets are kind of funny shaped, but that's not the fault of the tool at all. One thing I did notice about glass on this tool is, like, the 14,000 diamond paste, it's not really enough. This is coming out fairly clear here, but I know that it can be a little bit more clear. Like, I'm a Boro glass artist. I look at Boro all the time. I know that this surface can be a little bit more shiny. So a friend of mine told me to go ahead and use some cerium oxide for that, which I ordered some of that. And I also ordered some 50,000 and 100,000 grit diamond paste, so I'm going to try that as well. But that's a pretty good result for a first try, I think. And then here's one that I'm not done with yet, but this one I like measured it to make sure it was square, and I used a tool to check the angles, and I think this one's coming out a lot better. I took my time a little bit more with this one. Still got some points to work on here, but I'm really happy with the way the tool works. Definitely it does what it's supposed to do. Any mistakes on this are a matter of just me. But I'm very happy with that, and I'm going to continue working on that. I wanted to just go over a few things that I learned right away. One is obviously, you want to be careful how you situate yourself when you're using this. The first time I sat down to play with this, I sat here for like a few hours messing around, and really hurt my back. So be careful that you're not like leaning to the side. I found myself leaning to the side so that I could look at the piece that I was working on. And when I rearranged the machine and angled everything more correctly and raised the height of my chair a little bit, it really helped with that. So make sure you think about how you're sitting and how you're holding the piece. I got a little pain in my hand from holding pieces wrongly, so watch for that. I'm a little older, I have a little bit of arthritis, so I need to be careful how I use this kind of thing. The second thing that I noticed was you need good lighting. I found that when I put my hand up onto the wheel, couldn't see very well what I was doing with overhead lighting, so I got a clip light and I make it shine in from the side a little bit. That seems to help. And the last major thing that I noticed about this machine just in the first few hours of using it is the water situation can get out of control real fast. The first thing is this only lasts about 10 minutes, maybe, if that. So you really have to be careful not to let the water run out. It'll run out pretty quick on you, and the machine doesn't work, and it's not good for it to run it without water. So you will notice right away when it does run out of water and the water stops dripping, the wheel noticeably feels different immediately. So you got to stop and change the water all the time. So one of the first things I did was I went and picked up one of these from the hardware store. This is like a 1-quart paint mixing container or something. And it just so happens that that fits this tray just perfectly. So I'm going to convert this to my water container just to get a little bit more runtime. But I don't think you want to go too big with this because you don't want to forget, you don't want it to last so long that you forget to keep an eye on it. The second thing that happened pretty much right away was I like jostled the machine when I was using it, and the drain became misaligned with the little cup that collects the drain water, and the water spilled out all over my table. So I went and I picked up some of this 3/4 inch clear plastic tubing, and I made a longer drain pipe with that and ran it down to a bigger bucket on the floor. That way, if I move the machine around a little bit, it's not going to come out of the bucket. Not going to get water everywhere. Now, it's not a big deal. This is the workshop, so it's not like it's hard to clean, but getting water everywhere is a pain in the butt. So overall, my review of this tool is, it's really nice. I love it. It's not hard to use. There were some issues in terms of learning, but as far as getting up and running and being able to produce some pretty interesting things right away, I was surprised at how well it works for that. So if you're holding back on buying this item, don't, because it's on sale right now for $100 off, and I think it's worth the price.